So 2023 in movies, there's a lot that I'm looking forward to. Some that I'm just gonna see just because, like the new Ant-Man movie. It's not my top 10 must-see movies of the year, but of course I'm gonna go see it. There's a lot of them that I just don't know enough about, and it could be that none of these movies on this list are on my top 10 of the year, but then of course 10 others might be on my top 10. I don't know. We'll see. But starting in release order, the first couple, one's going to be an honorable mention. Titanic. It's being re-released in 4K 3D, and very similar to the Avatar re-release that came out a few months ago. It has the high frame rate, and I mean, it's my second favorite movie of all time. I will have a top 10 list of my all-time favorite movies sometime down the line, but I'm gonna have to see that. But I'm not including it on the top 10 list of movies I'm looking forward to, upcoming movies, just because it's a re-release. But coming out next month is Knock at the Cabin, which I don't know much about it other than it's M. Night Shyamalan. I saw that it was rated R, and I'll just watch anything that he makes, other than a few movies that he made that I never did see just because they just didn't look good and they got bad reviews. But I'm really looking forward to this one. Coming up in March, Scream 6. Scream 5 was on my actually top 10 of the year last year, and this is a franchise that I just really like. I like all the movies, and of course I'm going to try and stay away from as much of the promotion material as I can, but this one looks great from what I can tell. Then John Wick 4. The first three movies are all almost even to me. I think the first one stands out just because it was the first one that did the John Wick thing. The next two, I think, were maybe a step below. They seem to want to expand the world a little bit too much, and it wasn't like giving enough time to do it. I don't know, but I liked all three, and I'm sure I'll like the fourth one, so we'll see. And then Evil Dead Rise. I actually did not really know this one was coming out so soon. I try to stay away from so much material before a movie comes out, and I knew that this was like in the works, but then all of a sudden, it's actually being released in just a few months. So definitely looking forward to that one quite a lot. The only Marvel movie that's on the list is Guardians of the Galaxy 3, which the first one is actually one of my favorite Marvel movies. I'm not a huge Marvel fan at all. But I did really like the first one a lot. The second one was good. I thought there was some scenes that just made me immediately stop enjoying the movie and just get bogged down by some unnecessary quote-unquote comedy that dragged and dragged and dragged. But I thought it was good. And the third one does looks like it could be good as well. Then Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. This one is, once again, I think that from what I've seen from the trailer, because I did catch glimpses of it, it does look to be a little too shiny, a little bit too CGI. Hopefully it's a little bit too much unfinished CGI, or hopefully it translates better in the actual movie. We'll see. I will be talking about the other 4 Indiana Jones movies before this one comes out. But I am interested in seeing what happens and how well I like it. Probably one of the most number one movies I'm really looking forward to is Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1. I saw the IMAX preview of it showing the filming of one of the big stunts in the movie. Each of the Mission Impossible movies almost seem to get better as they go on, but they're different types of movies. I mean, the first one is an espionage spy thriller, and it's so far removed from definitely the second one and most of the other ones in the series. So since that's another movie that's part of a series of movies, I will be talking about each one of those up to the release of this one. And Oppenheimer, of of course, that's going to be one I look forward to. Christopher Nolan is one of the better directors out there. Although Tenet was a giant misstep, I know some people seem to really like it. I know a lot of people really dislike that one. I had a hard time with that one. You know, he definitely wants his movies to be a challenge and keep you engaged by thinking about what's going on. But when you can't hear what the characters are saying, then you're really lost. So hopefully, Cillian Murphy does a lot better job of pronouncing everything he says, and hopefully he's nothing's covering up his mouth at any point during the movie. Dune Part 2, which is amazing that it's coming out this year. I mean, for a turnover of such a giant movie, the scale of that movie to be turned over within just 2 years is amazing nowadays. Obviously, it should have been filmed at the same time as the first one, and maybe and have both parts coming out in fairly close succession, because it's obviously too long for one movie, or maybe it could have been a series. But I'm definitely looking forward to this one. I thought the first one was really good. It's one of those movies that I don't know how often you can really rewatch it. It's to me, it's more of a movie that you experience. It's a great late night movie when you can just watch it and then just be in that world. So definitely looking forward to that one. And finally, the untitled Ghostbusters Afterlife sequel. I'm interested in seeing in which direction they take this. At the end of the Ghostbusters Afterlife, you could tell that it was pretty much being set up for a sequel, or it could at least leave off to continue on with the franchise. And I am scared that it could lean too kid heavy. The first one was okay with involving kids in the action, but it barely got away with it. I mean, I think the first Afterlife did a really good job of saying, oh, these kids can only do so much, but the adults do have to step in to kind of help save the day at the very end. And I think if you try to make a movie where the kids are the center of attention and they're the ones strapping on the packs and doing everything, then it gets too far away from what I think the original two Ghostbusters were, which were more kind of adult, kind of lighthearted comedy with an edge and some good ghost. So hopefully they're there, but not at the forefront of the action. So we'll see. Whatever happens, hopefully it's just at least believable. I'd hate to walk away from that movie saying it was good, except you never once thought that anything you're watching was actually possible in real life. The first one barely got away with that. So we'll see what type of line they tread in the next one. But that's it as far as my upcoming movies. There's a lot that I had to leave off the list. I didn't want to include everything that's coming out, but I'd like to hear everyone else's list. See what everyone else thinks about my list. Did I miss anything? Should I have included Ant-Man? Should I have included something else? I don't know. We'll see, but definitely looking forward to a whole bunch of movies this year.